I never thought I'd be telling this story. It's a weight I've carried for so long, a secret that has defined the last chapter of my life. My name is Eleanor, and I'm 72 years old. To the outside world, I am a grandmother, a widow, someone who has lived a quiet, respectable life. But inside, I carry a story that would shatter that image completely. A story about a massage, my grandson, and a betrayal that I both regret and, in a strange way, don't. It all started a few years after my husband, Richard, passed away. We had been married for 50 years. Our life together was comfortable, predictable. Richard was a good man, a steady provider, but our connection had faded long before he left this world. The last 2 decades of our marriage were more like a business partnership. We shared a home, raised our children, and played our roles. The passion, the spark. It was a distant memory. When he died, I mourned the man he once was, but I also felt a strange sense of release. The quiet of the house was not just empty. It was open. My daughter, Sarah, worried about me being alone. She was always trying to get me involved in something, book clubs, senior yoga, you name it. And her son, my grandson Liam, would visit me every Sunday. He was in his early 20s then, studying physical therapy at the local college. He was a good boy, kind and attentive, with a gentle spirit that reminded me of my own father. One Sunday, I was complaining about the constant ache in my shoulders and lower back. Arthritis, the doctor said. Just part of getting old. Sarah had bought me one of those vibrating massage chairs, but it just buzzed annoyingly without doing much good. Liam listened patiently, a thoughtful look on his face. "Grandma," he said, "I've been learning some new massage techniques in my classes. For chronic pain, maybe I could try to help? It might actually work." I was hesitant at first. The idea felt a bit strange. But the pain was relentless, and I trusted Liam completely. He was my grandson, after all? "Oh, I don't know, dear," I said. "I wouldn't want to be a bother." "It's not a bother at all," he insisted. "It's good practice for me. We can just do it right here on the sofa. I can work on your shoulders through your sweater." I finally agreed. What harm could it do? So I sat on the edge of the sofa and Liam knelt behind me. He started gently, his fingers pressing into the tight knots around my neck. At first, it was just what I expected, a grandson helping his grandmother with her aches and pains. His touch was professional, clinical. He explained what he was doing, which muscles he was targeting, just like a therapist would. But then something shifted. As his hands moved down my back, the pressure deepening, the touch became less clinical and more personal. A warmth spread through me that had nothing to do with muscle relief. It was a warmth I hadn't felt in 30 years. It was the feeling of being touched not out of duty, but with care, with focused attention. My mind started to drift. I closed my eyes and wasn't just an old woman with a sore back anymore. I was Eleanor, a woman. And for the first time in forever, I felt a flicker of something I thought had died long ago. A sense of my own body, not as a vessel of pain and age, but as something that could still feel pleasure. That Sunday massage became a regular thing. Each week, Liam would come over, and we would fall into our new ritual. We kept it simple, always over my clothes, always focused on my back and shoulders. We never spoke of the change in the air between us, but it was there, a silent understanding. A shared secret. The guilt began to creep in almost immediately. I was betraying Richard's memory. This was my grandson. The thoughts were a torrent of shame. What kind of a grandmother was I? But then, another thought would push its way through. Richard had been emotionally absent for decades. Was I betraying a memory, or was I finally allowing myself to feel alive again? The infidelity in my story isn't what you might think. Nothing physical in a romantic sense ever happened between Liam and me. Not a single inappropriate touch or word was ever exchanged.
He was and is my wonderful, caring grandson who was trying to help me. The infidelity was mine and mine alone.
It was an infidelity of the mind, a betrayal of the role I was supposed to play. I was cheating on the idea of the grieving widow. I was cheating on the image of the sexless, passionless grandmother. I was having an affair with feeling alive. And Liam, in his complete innocence, was the catalyst. His simple, kind gesture of a massage unlocked a part of me that had been locked away for half a lifetime. One afternoon, a few months into our weekly ritual, I was looking at old photographs. I came across one of Richard and me from our honeymoon. We were so young, so full of life. I remembered the way he used to touch my hand, the way his eyes would light up when I entered a room, and I started to cry. Not for the man who died, but for the love that had died so long before him. I realized my secret wasn't about Liam, it was about me. It was about acknowledging the profound loneliness I had felt, even when I wasn't alone. It was about the longing for a simple, human connection that had gone unfulfilled for so many years. The massage was just the key that turned the lock. I started to change. I joined a gardening club. I took a painting class. I started seeing my friends for lunch again. The ache in my back was still there, but it didn't dominate my life anymore. I felt lighter, happier. Sarah noticed the difference immediately. "Mom, you seem so much better," she said one day. "You're smiling again." I just smiled back at her. "I'm feeling better, dear." The weekly massages eventually stopped. Liam graduated and got a job at a clinic across town. He got busy, and I got busy with my new life. We still see each other, of course. He's still my wonderful grandson, and our bond is as strong as ever. We never ever speak of those Sunday afternoons. I don't know what he was thinking or feeling during that time. Maybe for him it truly was just practice. Maybe he never sensed the storm he had stirred inside me. And honestly, I hope he didn't. His innocence is part of what made it all so pure in a way. I know some people hearing this will be disgusted. They will judge me, and I understand that. For a long time, I judged myself, but I've come to a different place now. I regret the years I spent in a loveless, touch-starved existence. I regret not seeking out my own happiness sooner. But I don't regret those massages. I don't regret the moment my grandson's innocent touch reminded me that I was still a woman, still human, and still capable of feeling something. It was a strange, complicated, and secret awakening. It was my true infidelity. It wasn't about another person. It was about me cheating on the person I was supposed to be, and finally finding the person I had forgotten. And for that, I am not sorry. I am grateful. It's my secret, and it's the secret that, in the end, set me free. Thanks for listening to my story. It means a lot to finally share it.